Let's talk about something so many of us feel but maybe can't quite put a name to. That nagging, sometimes sharp pain right there at the base of the thumb.
Does this sound familiar? You go to turn a key. You try to twist open a jar of pickles, or heck, even just pinch your fingers together to pick something up, and ouch, there's that ache. It can make the simplest things feel like a huge chore. Well, if that sounds like you are definitely in the right place.
So what's actually going on here? The official name for this is CMC arthritis. Now, CMC just stands for the carpometacarpal joint. It's this amazing little saddle-shaped joint that lets your thumb move all over the place. But when that smooth, cushy cartilage wears down over time, you end up with bone rubbing directly on bone. And that friction, that's where the pain is coming from.
So let's solve this little mystery of the aching thumb. I mean, why this joint, right? Well, it's because that thumb joint is an absolute workhorse. Think about it. It's involved in almost everything your hand does, from a powerful grip to the most delicate pinch. All that hard work over a lifetime just puts it at a higher risk for that classic wear and tear.
Okay, so now that we know what it is, let's get into who's most likely to deal with it. And I'll tell you right now, this is not some rare condition. It's actually super common, especially as we get a little older.
Just how common are we talking about?
Well, get a load of this number. 1 in 3.
And what does that 1 in 3 actually mean? It means that a full third of women over the age of 50 show signs of thumb arthritis. The big takeaway here is, if this is something you're dealing with, you are so far from being alone.
Now let's break down these risk factors. You can see being female and over 40 are the big ones. But it's not just that. Your genetics can play a role, so if your parents had arthritis, you might be more prone to it. Same goes for any old injuries to your thumb. And of course, jobs or hobbies that involve a lot of repetitive gripping can speed things up. What's really interesting is that last one, joint hypermobility, being double jointed. It might mean your joints can move in ways that put a little extra stress on that cartilage over the years.
All right, so you've got the pain, you're looking at the risk factors. How do you know for sure if this is what's going on? Well, the good news is, getting a diagnosis is usually pretty straightforward. Let's look at what you feel versus what a doctor actually finds.
This chart really lays it out perfectly. On the left, that's your side of the story. The pain, the weakness, that feeling of stiffness. On the right is what your doctor sees and feels. They'll find tenderness right over the joint. They might do something called a grind test, where they gently move the joint around to feel for that bone-on-bone friction. And sometimes there might even be a little bump or change in the shape of your thumb's base.
Yeah, most of the time, a doctor can figure this out just by talking to you and doing a careful physical exam of your hand. They might also order a simple x-ray, really just to confirm it and see how much wear and tear there is. That can help decide the best way to treat it.
And that leads us to the most important question of all. What can we do about it? I want you to think about treatment less as a single magic bullet and more like a toolkit. You've got lots of different tools, and you start with the simplest ones first.
The whole approach is tiered. You start with the basics, lifestyle adjustments, and things you can do at home. If that doesn't give you enough relief, you move on to medical treatments. And then, only for the really persistent, severe cases, do you start thinking about surgery. Let's open up that toolkit and see what's inside each level.
So, step 1 is all about what you can do yourself. This is the foundation. It's about being smart, modifying how you do things to avoid that forceful pinching. Using a simple splint or a brace can give the joint a much-needed rest. A little heat can work wonders for stiffness, and there are so many cool ergonomic gadgets out there now, like electric can openers, that can make life way easier. Now, if home care isn't quite cutting it, your doctor might move on to step 2. This could be things like anti-inflammatory medications, either as a pill or a gel you rub right on the spot. A steroid injection, a cortisone shot right into the joint, can give amazing relief, even if it's just for a while. And hand therapy is huge. It's not just about exercises, it's about learning new ways to move and protect that joint for the long haul.
Okay, the surgery talk. This really only comes up when the pain is pretty much constant, when it's really getting in the way of your daily life, and when you've tried everything else and it's just not working anymore. It really is the final tool in the toolkit, but it can be an incredibly effective one.
And if you do get to that point, there isn't just one type of surgery. They all have their pros and cons. The most common one is called a trapeziectomy, where they actually remove a tiny wrist bone to stop the rubbing. It works great for pain but takes a while to recover from. Fusion is another option. It makes the joint super strong and stable, but you lose some motion. And then there are newer techniques like suspensionplasty, which can sometimes mean a faster rehab. The best choice really depends on you, your hands, and your lifestyle.
So what does life look like on the other side of treatment? Whether you're managing with home care or recovering from surgery, the goal is exactly the same: getting back to using your hand without all that pain.
For anyone who has surgery, this is a pretty good roadmap for what to expect. You'll have a period of time where your thumb is immobilized to let things heal. After that, you'll start working with a hand therapist to gently get things moving again. It's a gradual process, and building back your full strength can take a few months, but you'll be making progress the whole time.
And this is the most important slide of all. The outlook here is excellent. The huge majority of people who get treatment for this find real long-term relief from their pain and get back to using their hands in ways they thought they might have lost.
Yeah, I'm going to end with this quote right from the source material because it just says everything. It really is a treatable condition. With the right care, the right rehab, and just following up with your doctor, most people get back to using their hand comfortably every single day. So, if that aching thumb has been getting you down, maybe it's time to ask yourself, are you ready to finally get a grip on your hand health? Because just understanding what's going on is the biggest first step. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.